Good evening. This is K4PEW Net Control for the Juliet Simplex Radio. Is there any emergency traffic? No, of course there isn't, because there never has been in almost 10 years. But if there is emergency traffic, call 911, and then you can give the emergency traffic to us so we can actually go out and hustle them on their way or beat them to it. But we'll help you in any way that we can, and then that may be broken at any time for that kind of stuff. As for the net, um, let's see. And yeah, you can go to YouTube. You can go to YouTube and look on YouTube. Just put my call K4PEW in the search block for YouTube, and you bring up. I think they call it a premiere, but you'll see it going. You also go to Facebook under MJ Simplexton Net, and you can see me if you so desire. And you haven't eaten dinner yet. It'll settle your appetite if you won't have to bother eating once you see that. Or you can go to groups.io and put MJSS, that's Mike Juliet Sierra Sierra, into their search block and sign up for our either our email group, or you can see our net schedule, or you can, when you join, you can get reminders about the nets and get other technical information and sale of equipment information and get support for all that you do in ham radio. We've got close to 200 people on the net, so I mean on the Simplex email list. So there's a lot of people who have a lot of resources. Also, you can send me an email at k4pew@arrl.net. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night. And of course, tonight we're on 146.415 FM Simplex, and we're going to go over to 144.240 upper sideband, and then to 50.135 on upper sideband, and then to 223.415 upper FM. That's FM. And as far as net, tonight is net number 1012, in case anybody's keeping track. And we'll be starting from the north. But we also want to talk about events here. We've got a couple of big ones. One is next Saturday is the Simplexton Field Day. A little more information will follow in the mail coming. If you've already signed up for to be there for something specifically, you're operating a radio or bringing equipment or whatever, we'll get everybody up on Zoom. Anybody else can visit, of course, that's next Saturday. It's a week from today. It's over at the park, big property, I should say, behind it's called I'll think of it in a second. Should have wrote it down. It's behind I'll think of it in a minute. Anyway, it's actually behind Methodist Church in Hermitage. It's their property behind that, but they also own the property behind that that's over on Andrew Jackson Parkway, where there is the chapel, the something chapel, Well, anyway, I'll put out. You'll get a map and everything. Really, it'll be fine. And it's a huge property. I mean, it's beautiful. You can lay out an antenna farm in there. I mean, suitable for a radio station. But anyway, that's that. And of course, there's a Ham Fest in Lebanon. It's coming up in July. You don't want to forget about that, and you'll be getting more information on that. And let's see, I got that. And of course, tomorrow night's a 10-meter net on 228.415 upper sideband, and then 29.415 FM, and then 223.45. And that's all starts at 7:30 p.m. So don't miss that. It's done by Michael KM4YRF. Remember, 28.415 upper sideband on the radio, of course. Somebody have any other notifications of importance? Even unimportant ones I'll accept. All righty. We had a good series. That's another minor announcement. We had 3 nets, of course, that precede this at 7, 7:15, and 7:30. So please check into those nets if you got D-Star, DMR, or C4FM. We have an ongoing, we've been doing this for a while now, but we had 5 people checking in on DMR, 4 on D-Star, and 8 on C4FM. And C4FM seems to be leading the pack recently. So if you got a C4FM radio, which is C4FM, or its other word is Yaesu Fusion, if you got one of those, give us even if you're on, like I said, a handheld, 5 watts, you'll be able to hear, somebody in this group will be able to hear you out of those 7, 8, 10 people that are in there. Anyway, any other announcements before I move on? All righty, we're going to start over from the north. So we'll be taking people short on time, mobile, or first time checking. All righty, how you doing, Mike?
We're doing pretty good. Kind of relaxed and ready for lunch today.
Ah, very good. Yeah, boy, today's been a hot one, hasn't it?
Oh, it was definitely hot. Just walked down that flea market, so it was
Yeah, I decided I wasn't going to mow the lawn today.
It wasn't bad. I mean, I picked up a pack of RJ45 connectors. I get these, but I was going to get a 12 pack of those like $5. That's all I was paying up.
And that was at a flea market?
Outside the vending area and inside.
Oh, wow. And where was that?
Knoxville, I can't remember what name, but it was on there. Knoxville, it's not name, but something like that. It was small. The east side of what they had was it was right at church, and they declared the tailgating was out in the parking lot on one side, back side, and then it was cafeteria area, but they did into that.
Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, you'll have to make it down for the one over there in Lebanon too, because that's really a nice one. It's indoor and it's got some outdoor, tailgating, but it's almost all indoor with a whole bunch of tables and a lot of people.
Oh yeah. Up to like this year, I didn't take last year, this year before, but yeah, been here time.
Well, very good, Mike. Anything else for the net? Very good. That's Mike in Hendersonville, Kilo 4 Victor Alpha. Who else is short on time, mobile, or first time check-in? Well, that was quick. Then we'll just jump right into from the north. Please come now.
WB0NO.
No, I figured out what your problem was with that map. It's you actually just got in the middle of a satellite war in Ukraine, Russia, and stuff going on.
Well, good. I'm glad it wasn't aliens anyway.
That was one weird display, wasn't
it? Yeah, it was weird. I don't know what it was. I went back. I can duplicate it, but it's only at 1 or 2 zoom levels as you zoom in on the map. But anyway, it's not important. I'll get an order in tonight for more ammo.
That's why AI is not ready for prime time.
I bet. Yeah. AI probably was the problem.
I asked Bing IA this afternoon because my wife said you're not supposed to get gas during the day because it messes up it somehow contributes to the ozone level or bad. And I'm like, what? She goes, please look it up. So I looked it up and I said, why wouldn't I buy gasoline? First I put down why wouldn't I buy gas in the morning here in Middle Tennessee? And it told me, and then it gave me links to the clinics, about gas problems, digestive issues.
Yeah. Well, it is worse at night.
Yeah, it is. But in this case, it was talking about buying gasoline, and twice it did that to me. As I give up, I'm not looking at it.
Yeah, I understood what you were saying. But anyway, it was nice to be first on the net. I didn't have to be short time, so I'm going to sit back and listen to the rest of it. Have a good evening, WB0NO.
Yeah, very good. That was Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar in Northwest Wilson. Who else is north?
Kilo 4, Bravo, Whiskey Alpha.
Hey, how are you, Mr. Simplex North End?
Oh, I'm fine. Hey, old Mark beat me out, man. I was just fixing to key down, trying to be first.
Well, that's all right. Actually, I already write my name down first, so you all come in third, second, third, fourth, fifth.
Right, yeah. Yeah, of course, Mike over there and he beat us all out. But instead of not being short time, Mark was first on regular check-ins.
Yeah, no, it's just funny to me how no, it's all good. I mean, you know that it doesn't really matter who comes in first or last.
Oh kidding. Anyway, hey man, it was just been staying in the house today, trying to stay underneath the air. Went outside for a little while, get some sun, looked in the garden. Garden's already producing. Of course, I got it in early. My son come by and I loaded him up with bags full of it already. So, but I didn't stay out there long. I got right back in where the air's at.
Oh, you know, I was amazed at how hot, because it was also not breezy. That was the other problem.
Yeah, roger that. Well, I don't want to hold up the net. I mean, like I said, it was kind of uneventful day other than just going outside, walk around a little bit, and staying under the air tonight. And today, you might have to leave it on all night, I think. Anyway, I hope you have a good net. Doing a good job at it. And God bless everybody out there that can hear my voice. This is K4 BWA. Back to you.
Yeah, very good. That's Ricky. He is Kilo 4 Bravo Whiskey Alpha up in Portland, and he does the Thursday night net on 147.555 at 7 p.m. So don't hesitate to be there on Thursday nights. He's having a real good. He does a real good job up there as well. Maybe better. But anyway, that's Ricky, K4BWA. Who else is north? Somebody's gonna have to go wake up Carlin. Who else is west?
KO4 OTV.
Hey, Mr. Joel, what's up?
Oh, not a whole lot. Trying to keep cool.
I'm just glad our 13 or 14-year-old air conditioning unit's still working.
Man, I heard that. I don't even know how old mine is. I've been here almost a decade. I think it may be on the 20th year if I read the paperwork correctly when I bought the place.
Yeah, no, it's they don't have the longevity they used to. Somebody else was complaining to me about that, and I said, yeah, I know. I worked in that industry, but in residential and in commercial, the longevity of units has gone down.
Oh yeah, ain't no doubt about it. And here, I guess about a year after I moved in, one of the capacitors went out. I know nothing about HVAC, which I do now because of that. But I couldn't sleep because it was so stinking hot out here. And I went and bought an 18,000 BTU window unit, a little 220 job there, stuck in the window in the back so I could sleep until the guy got there the next day to look at my unit. And, he walks in, he's like, man, it's not even hot in here. I was like, well, I went and bought a window unit. I can't sleep in this. After I bought that thing, I was pretty much good for backup. Plus, I have a 24,000 BTU out here in the shop.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, it's it does help. Those window units are nice, but they are window shakers, man.
Well, this one here is not bad. It's pretty quiet. It's the biggest GE window unit I think you can get. I've had it in here about 6 years now, and I tell you, that thing kicks on, man. It cools it off quite nice. I think it's rated for 2,400 square feet. And this is a 1,200 square foot concrete pad out here, but it's almost 2-story because I got 13-foot ceiling.
Well, I'll leave that to another day, but usually it's about 1 ton per 500 square feet. And so you had 2 tons in a 24,000 BTU unit, so that would be about maybe 800 to 1,000 square feet.
Well, in here it's 30 by 40, so that makes it 1,200 square feet. But according to GE, it was rated for 2,400 square feet. So yeah, 24,000 BTUs is I guess what they equivalent that out to.
Yeah, they're stretching it a little bit. I'll give them that. That must be 2,400 square feet in Canada.
I don't know. I don't know if they're using the metric system or not, but that's what they say about this one. All I know is it was the biggest window unit they make, and all I really care about is it does cool us off fairly nice.
Oh, I know. Very good. Anything else for the net, Joel?
No, that's it for me. KO4 OTV. Back to net.
Very good. That's Joel. He is west of Ashland City, undisclosed location. Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor. Who else is west?
WY14. Cosby Victor Echo.
Very good. Hold on there, Greg. We had Jeff in there. Jeff, you sound good as always.
Oh, I'm lucky I'm getting out. But yeah, everything's okay around here, just hot. As I told Mike on the digital net, I'm glad I'm not in Manchester.
What was the deal in Manchester? Was it really hotter there?
I don't know, so I'm glad I'm not there. There's that bozo route going on.
Oh, oh, yeah, that's right. That would be horrible, man. There's going to be people passing out over there.
And just thinking about it, being out in that heat makes me want to pass out. Just, yeah, just something I guess I'm just too old to handle it.
Well, what still stuns me is that in the South, all through the South, all the way from the tip of Florida, well, not quite to the tip because that's mostly the Everglades, but all through the South, southern states, they had a lot of work to do on the farms in the summer. And man, you talk about some hardy individuals.
Oh, it has to be. I mean, even back, when before air conditioning was invented, fans and all that, the sweltering summers just had to be just terrible experience.
Well, I equate, my wife and I were talking about this briefly this week, and if you look at pictures from the Civil War period of whether they be Union soldiers or Southern soldiers, they weren't fat people. They were real, well, muscle bone, and you could tell they were workers.
Oh, exactly. Just like those guys had to wear those wool suits. But even if you look back at the pictures during Woodstock in the '60s, you didn't see any, obese people. Most of them were, kind of thin or, because back then everybody got out and did things. They didn't sit inside all day and, at a computer or anything else.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about Woodstock, but that's true. That's true. It's like I tell my wife, I said, you look at my high school yearbook picture from the '60s, and it wasn't even. There was a couple of heavy people, and I mean, when I say heavy now, you might not consider them heavy now compared to then, but you're right. And then I'm like in my basic training, we had 80 something guys in my company in basic training in the Navy, and I only remember one guy that had any weight on him at all, which seems odd now because what do they tell? 50% of or 60% of adults over 18 are over the weight they should be.
Yeah, because kids don't get out and play like they used to, or like we did. Because that's what we did. I mean, we didn't have computers or video games or anything like that. Reminds me of the movie Full Metal Jacket with Private Pile. All the 3 feet tall. During that the basic training scene.
Oh yeah, very, very much so. Um, yeah, I had to, when I was a kid, one of my chores was I'd clear the table. I was the only child, and I didn't have that many chores, but one of them was in the house was I had to clean the table off and do the dishes. My mother would dry them, but I had to clear the table, do the dishes. And of course, when you're a little kid, well, relatively old, my mission was to go outside, especially anytime there was normal weather, in between the months of March and November. I was outside doing something, and my parents, I would finish first, and my mother tells me I would rush them along. Hurry up and finish your dinner, would you?
Yeah, so you hurry up and get outside. Yeah, when I was a kid, before I started driving, where I rode my bicycle. Everywhere I went, that's how I got around with the bicycle. But anyway, enough of that. I'll let you carry on. I'm sure there's others waiting to check in. So I'll let you have at it. So 7:30 WI14.
Well, Jeff, I will say to you, even the good old days actually were the good old days because we were a lot healthier then. We were outside a lot more. So I'm saying that this generation has a lot to learn from us old folks. Anyway, that was Jeff. Excuse me, Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. Greg, what's up?
Not much. I do know you can get too many BTUs going and you end up cooling it before you dehumidify and defeat the purpose.
Oh, absolutely. That's one of the simple fallacies. Not as simple. It's just a lot of fallacies of people who are unfamiliar with that process. I've heard people say, "Hey, listen, I'm going to put in a 5-ton instead of a 3-ton, so I can have." No, don't do that. Well, why not? Because you'll be sitting in a jungle in a matter of a month.
Yeah, pretty much. And but I don't know what's wrong with me. I like today I going to work and back. I didn't run my air conditioner. I don't run my air conditioner in my car. If I have any wind at all, I'm happy.
Yeah, you're right. It is comfortable if you're moving right along. I know I had to, when I moved to Florida, I didn't have air conditioning for the first Oh gosh, I got to think. About 7 or 8 years I lived in Florida, and in Florida, there's no picnic in the middle of summer.
Yeah, even the 10 minutes I had at work before work, 'cause I was early at 1 p.m. and I think it was our. I didn't run my car. I put the windows down.
Yeah, you're right. It can be very comfortable, and again, you just learn to be able to tolerate different temperatures without, I've seen people get in the car, they keep the car at like 60, 55 degrees or something. That's not me.
Yeah, I think you can get spoiled.
Yeah, very good. Anything else for the net?
Not K14.
Yeah, very good. I heard another station in there. I don't know what was going on, but that was Greg, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Who's in there next from West?
So Oscar 4, Mike Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor, Jack and Donald.
All right, Jack. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima. Hold on. There was somebody. Who was the Kilo Oscar 4 station?
Kilo Oscar 4, Mike Kilo Delta.
Oh, very good, Doug. Hold on one second, Doug. I'll take Jack first. Up, Jack.
Yeah, I couldn't hear Doug.
No, that's all right. It was almost a perfect double, but you were bigger signal because he's way up in Greenbrier.
Well, it was pretty nice this morning. There was a little breeze, but if it got hot, I came right inside.
Oh yeah, I went out and moved my car this afternoon, put it in the shade so she could start out with a cooler car. That car was like opening up an oven door.
Yeah, I parked under the tree for the same reason. All right, I'll let you get on with it. KG4 ILV. Thanks for doing that, Paul.
Yeah, that was Jack, Kilo Golf for India Lima Victor in Donaldson. Doug, what's up? You did all right today?
Yeah, is this a better signal?
Oh yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I switched radios. Get the 80 watts going out the end of that wire. I'm doing good. And working on that trailer. I know we talked earlier today. And about to get the thing ready to go for field day. I'm excited about it. First time I've actually used it.
Well, you've got to. I told you, get some pictures up. Send them up to the group. They'll appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll take a lot of pictures. And, we're hoping to have a get on the air station that's open to the public, posted online. So, if anybody's interested in ham radio or want to come out and experience talking on the radio, we're going to do it for them.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, I don't know that. I don't remember having people show up at any of the ham events I was at where we did have a station, but nobody showed up unless you like drag them out there from a Cub Scout or Boy Scout troop,
Well, we're doing it in a highly active place. It's right in front of the farmers market there in Springfield, next to the fairgrounds. They have it every Saturday, so we're going to be right there amongst them. So we expect a lot of foot traffic, a lot of people in and out, and hope to generate some interest, but you never know.
No, I think you'll get a lot of interest, quite honestly, if it's at the farmers market.
Yeah, those farmers, they may see the value in ham radio and say, hey, I want to get into that.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it sounds like a good deal, really, being at the farm instead of being in a remote location,
Anyway, like I said earlier today when we talked, I plan to operate a 2-meter and a 440 set up along with HF. So I'd like to make some local contacts if possible, and hope I hear some local folks on the air.
Well, very good. In fact, post that to the group too, because not everybody who's here, everybody on the net. Everybody's on the mailing list isn't here right now. So you ought to just send it to the group of what you're trying to do on next Saturday.
I'll do that, and of course we also do plan to demonstrate use of repeaters. I know that's not part of the official ARRL activity, but we're not competing. It's not a contest for us. We're just out there to promote the hobby.
Well, I was just telling Mike earlier this evening that I was thinking about telling everybody, the whole group in the area, Middle Tennessee, that our club, the Simplex Club, was going to go ahead and put up a repeater on like 146, somewhere around 390, but anybody complained. I said, well, it's been down for quite some time.
Well, I'm going to try to synchronize with some folks up in Logan County, Kentucky. I'll talk to those guys from time to time. And, I don't know, our physical locations were kind of down in a low spot. So I don't know how well FM's going to work. That's why I say we'll probably will use some repeaters.
Oh, cool. No problem. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast, man. The repeaters are good. There's nothing wrong with everybody gets the idea that the repeaters are somehow verboten, and they're not. They're a very useful thing for people on the road and people who are, two different locations across the counties. It's a great thing, really.
Yeah, I rely on them when I travel. I either carry an HD or just have fun playing with them. Be amazed at the contacts you can make.
Oh, I know it. I know it. Well, I used to do two things when I was on the road a lot. That was repeaters, as well as I'd get up on the Simplex calling frequency and call out periodically on that to see if any. And I picked up a lot of people, quite honestly. Oh, I used to anyway. I don't know if you do now.
Yeah, sometimes you do. I've done that as well. But I don't know. You talk about the 146 520.
Yes.
I get a few hits from time to time. There's a fellow over in the Cross Plains area, over in kind of like Cottontown, and he's always monitoring that frequency. I speak to him frequently.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Very good. Anything else for the net tonight, Doug?
That's all. I hope everybody can stay cool. Oh, speaking of staying cool, heard you guys talking about air conditioner. Mine is 30 years old.
Oh wow, wow. Tell me what brand?
Janitrol.
Oh yeah, and that's a really kind of it used to be considered an economy brand, but I think there was 30 years ago they were making them better than they were 10 years ago. I don't mean Janitrol, but in general.
Yeah, it was made by Goodman, and when I built the house, my neighbor down the road, he was an HVAC guy, and he did the install, and he said, Doug, you'll hear people put down the Goodman Janitrol brand. He said, but I've had great success with them in all my career. He said, I do recommend them, and I have no regrets.
No, really, a properly maintained and operated unit, you should get at least 15 to 20 years out of the unit. You really should.
Yeah, that's it. Well, listen, thanks, Paul, and I hope everybody's having a good evening. Stay cool, and hope to hear some of these folks on the air next Saturday, KO4MKD.
Very good. That's Doug in Greenbrier, Kilo Oscar 4 Mike Kilo Delta, and he's part of the field day up there in the flea market. Where was the flea market? Oh, Springfield. That's where it was. The flea market is not the flea market, but the farmers market in Springfield. And so he's going to be there operating amidst a lot of people with traffic. That's a good idea to have an event where there's a lot of people, a lot of civilians, I'll call them. Anyway, who else is west?
KC14AQ.
Very good. How you doing there, since I talked to you just a little bit ago? What's going on, Charles?
Oh, not much. I found some wireless headphones that I was going to charge up, and I was looking for a cord. I found the cord, and I can't find the headphones.
Don't worry. Another half hour, you'll forget you even needed them.
Well, they were pretty good headphones, or actually earbuds, but it's crazy how you have something one moment, and I have looked everywhere with a flashlight and everything. I can't find them anywhere.
Yeah, well, my wife does that all the time, and I said, and I go, just look in your purse. I'm sure it's in that big sack you got. Everything you ever had, it's always in that sack.
Well, it'll show up eventually. I got to clean this room up. It's a mess. But anyway, Paul, thanks for being there. We'll catch you on the next one. KC4GQ.
Makes you feel any better? I do the exact same thing. I'll do something, and I go, what the heck happened? Somebody stole those. Anyway, that was Charles. He's in West Nashville. Kilo Charlie 4. Tango, November, Quebec. Who else is west? West or south?
Kilo India 4, November.
Very good. There was two people in there, but I heard David clearly. KI4NDN. What's up, David?
Oh, no, not a whole lot. Just the heat, of course, Mr. Paul. Been doing a little yard mowing this evening, getting that out of the way, but it's hot. You know that's right. So, how are you, sir?
Well, the one thing about the heat, man, an ordinary man wouldn't be able to take it.
Well, hey, you got no choice, too. It's either, you either take care of business, do what you got to do, and make do, or get somebody else to do it, or don't do it, or hide in air conditioning. But if you ain't got no air conditioning, you might as well just get out there and mow.
No, that's right. It's if you put off everything because it was uncomfortable, we wouldn't get anything done.
Yeah, I've been guilty of that many a time, that's for sure. I do put off an awful lot, but anyway, sir, I want to hold you. Thank you for doing what you do, and look forward to hopefully maybe getting to come over and see you guys at the field day event. I hope.
Oh, that'd be terrific. I'll be sending out a map, so you'll see it.
Okay, sounds good. Very good, Paul. Thank you again. 7th grade, everybody on this end. This KI4ND.
Yeah, very good. That's David in Reedyville with a big signal, big audio to me. Kilo India 4 November, Delta November. Who else is Sal?
Whiskey Victor 4 Delta 10 and Smyrna.
Oh, actually, you found the key to your shack, did you?
Would you repeat that?
I said you found the key to get into your shack.
I did. I've been busy, but I decided today that it was more important talking to you guys than it was to doing business.
Oh, yeah. No, it's always good to have people on the air, and it particularly good. I haven't heard from you in a little bit, so I'm glad you're doing good.
Yes, I am. Block is doing good. I'm doing good. Business is doing good. And I don't know what else to say.
How did your grandson do in the military with his whole routine? Did he get finished that whole thing, or what? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, he's gone for 2 weeks. Uh, uh, it's ending tomorrow. He's been gone for 2 weeks for the military. And I told him, I said, the reserves are like Boy Scouts.
Every time I hear that myself, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I said, man, 2 weeks, we were just getting started.
Ain't that the truth? Paul, I think the world of you. And I talked to a couple guys this last week on this, not this frequency, but 520. And I talked to one plane that was coming into Smyrna, and he was on 520. And he said, anybody out there listening? I said, yes, I am.
Yeah, not too many people monitor 5.2 anymore, I don't think.
I don't think so either. But thank you, Paul, for what you do. I'm proud of you. I'm glad to have this frequency so people can get together and chat a little bit. And I'll let you go, and you go do whatever you need to do tonight.
Very good. That was Ken. Appreciate your kind words. That's Whiskey Victor 4 Delta, and he's in Smyrna. Big signal, of course. Who else is south? Ah, very good. Not a great signal, but I got you in there, Larry. Anything for the net? Very good. That was Larry, Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor, and he is in Rockville. Makes a big trip up here. He also does the 715 D Star Net on Saturday nights, so be there. It's on 146.460. Who else is Sal? Southeast.
KM4 YRS.
How are you doing? I know how you're doing, Mike. I didn't really mean you had a crappy station. It's almost as crappy as mine.
You can call me anything you want, Paul, as long as you call me happy.
Oh, I know that. Trouble is, I'm not eating much recently. You know what my wife got me for Father's Day? Like 200 cookies.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. I'm like, okay, fine. It's going to last me about 6 months.
Did she bring ice cream as well?
No, I told her not to.
I got you. Man, I'm gonna tell you, I don't buy ice cream very often because when I do, I've got to eat it till I get my fill, and then I'm good. Hey guys.
Hey, what's up, Ken?
I was going to tell you, and I didn't. Sunday, tomorrow, of course, is Father's Day, and Monday, my wife and I have our 57th wedding anniversary.
Oh, that's awesome, Ken.
Carry on. I'll get out.
You know, if you add up my 3 marriages, they come up close to 50.
Yeah, I get that.
Anyway, yeah, glad to have you in there, Ken. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, a friend of mine, he sent me an email yesterday, day before yesterday. He lives in North Georgia, but I knew him in Tampa. He moved to retired to North Georgia, and he writes me and he says, I'm sending a note to you to tell you that I've been married. I'm having my 60th anniversary with the wrong woman. And then he put like 3 laughing marks underneath it. And then he said, actually, Pat is the air I breathe.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But 60 years, man, it's a long ways. I can't even imagine. My marriages don't left up. He's a few years older than me, so he was a guy who flew planes in Vietnam off an aircraft carrier, and most people who fly planes off aircraft carriers are officers. You know, they have college degrees and they have to go through other processes. He was not. He was an enlisted guy who flew those like those early warning planes in a different model than you see, like the AWACS planes you see in here. So he's got a lot of experience in bad weather in the Tonkin Gulf.
Oh, well, that's just terrific.
Oh yeah, it's pretty neat stuff. But he always gives me he doesn't give me a hard time. He says, I can't believe they used to watch us, the destroyers, in bad weather. He says, I don't know how you took it. I said, I didn't have a choice, man.
Hey, Paul?
Yo, Ken.
Yes, sir. Did you realize if you know people that were in Vietnam, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, now the government grants you, they presuppose that you were exposed to Agent Orange, and they don't do any investigation. They just give it to you now. So anybody you know that has been in Southeast Asia, the government will give you your Agent Orange without having to prove it.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. I've heard that repeatedly. It's very good. I'm glad you said that though. But it is interesting though, because man, there's been a lot of people exposed to Agent Orange. Well, very good. Thanks, Ken. Let's see, where were we? Mike, anything else for the net?
John, nothing else, Paul. Thank you for doing what you do, and happy Father's Day tomorrow.
All right, very good. I'll hear from maybe one of my 3 boys. They're all my youngest is 39. The middle one is 50, and the other one is 54. You can imagine.
Comment.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
They were reporting on like the popularity of the holidays and whatnot, and whether people participate and whatnot. And Arbor Day ranks above Father's.
Yeah, that's right. Father's Day kind of falls low on the list, doesn't it?
Yep.
It was either a double or a bad train wreck.
Ken was in there.
Yeah, I heard Ken in there. Ken?
Yes, sir.
No, I didn't hear what you said on it. It was a double, I think.
I said Sawadee Pucha, which is saying, I'll see you later, my friend.
All right, very good. Have a good one. Good to have you in there, Ken. K4PW. I think I don't know. Did you have anything else, Mike?
No, Paul, just happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and hope you have a wonderful day. Cancel or wow, or back to that.
Yeah, Father's Day, just fathers in the household, they just I don't know. It's kind of like you just take I don't even think of it as a hard job being a father. It is, but I don't think about it as needing recognition necessarily. I'm glad that there is a Father's Day, but mothers get all the flowers and presents and stuff. Anyway, I don't need any flowers or presents. So. In fact, I had to tell my youngest son to stop buying me stuff. I'd send him money, then he'd buy stuff to send it back to me. Anyway, who else is south or east? Hello, Earl. What's up?
Oh, not much. I only got my pasture mowed, moose hog, and grass clippings swept up, piled up to make compost. So I guess I got that cycle down. Still making little sticks out of big sticks and practicing my human hero capabilities and walking into treetops. Chainsaw is also required to do that to bring it down to my level.
That's a lot of stuff to be picking up.
daggone, I got some new blades for my Sawzall battery operated deal from the Get Go store for pruning. It kind of eliminates a little bit of weight and effort to, do a little bit of this, that, and other weed whacking and trimming. But I guess maybe if I had one of those there wood chippers or something like that, I could make some wood chips instead of whatever, making smaller sticks into smaller sticks.
Oh yeah, no, I've got the Mount Juliet actually comes around and picks up debris for free, so I got to drag out. And the worst of it is, it's the whole week. So my zone gets picked up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So first thing tomorrow morning, Sunday, I've got to get out there and put that stuff out on the street. But I don't know which day they're going to pick it up.
Okay, well, maybe that gives me an idea. Maybe I'll just take my brush pile and put it in the back of my truck and bring it over and offload it on your curbside.
That's all you got to do, man. The only thing, it's funny, they say that they don't take somebody who's a commercial trimming company's debris. And you think, how are they going to know? Whether it's if you got a lot of it, you could have done it yourself. Anyway, no, it's just a nice service that Mount Juliet provides. I like it.
Yeah, it kind of eliminates going through the burn pile thing, whatever like that. But then again, on the other hand, they say charcoal is pretty good for composting too. So I don't know. It's one thing to another, I guess.
Yeah, very good. Anything else for the net there, Earl?
No, I just hope everyone out there has a good family day this weekend. And whatever like that. Whatever, Man Day, Father's Day, Family Day, or whoever, whatever, and however. Have some fresh banana pudding with daggone, what's that there stuff called meringue on top, perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, be good, be careful, hang on tight, enjoy the ride. KU4 DZ, 7-3.
Yeah, very good. That was Earl. A good signal out of Stick City, as he calls it. It's Noreen, just east of the Cedars of Lebanon Park. Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. Who else is east? East or anywhere.
84 VW. Carlin up here in the Tampa Bay.
Is that anywhere?
Yeah, anywhere or somewhere. Oscar 4 Delta Foxtrot Oscar down in Smyrna.
Hey, hold on one second. DFO. Who is it? Wait, before you go on, hold on, Carl. Who is DFO?
Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Foxtrot Oscar.
Ah, very good. And what's your first name again?
I'm John.
John, you're not normally. Where are you today?
I'm in Smyrna.
Ah, okay. You're normally in Smyrna? I'm just confusing your call with somebody else's, I think. Anyway, John, hold on. Good to have you in there. This isn't your first time you checked in, is it?
I tell you what, I kind of put the hobby down for a while, and then moved to Smyrna and just got all my stuff hooked back up. So I may have checked in, but it would have been a couple of years ago.
Oh, and where were you before?
South Nashville.
Okay, very good. No, glad to have you in there. It's a great hobby when you got people you can talk to and connect to. So I think we provide one of the good sources of it anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to have everything up and running again.
Yeah, very good. What kind of antenna are you using down there in Smyrna?
It's a diamond vertical. I can't remember. I think it's the 300.
Okay, yeah, that's all nice series. If you ever get the hankering and you want to spend about $200, that 510, the Diamond 510 is a killer antenna. It's about the same as the Comet the 9. What is it? What's that called? Somebody help me out. Forget the number. It's a 9. I just don't remember what the preceding letter is.
GP.
Oh yeah, GP9. So it stands for good, pretty, 9. No, they both have, they're equally good.
You'll have to check that out. We kind of live up on a hill, so we got a little bit of elevation on my side, and I was able to kind of rig up a little, I don't know, probably about 25-foot tower out of some unistrut mostly.
Oh no, you're doing a great job to me for Smyrna. Smyrna is pretty easy for me, I've found, but as you know, height is king, and the better the antenna is king too. You know, those are the two critical points of ham radio, at least in simplex.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think the top of the antenna is probably about 35 feet above ground level.
Oh yeah, you're doing pretty good. I'm telling you. Well, how long have you been back on the air now?
Just a couple weeks.
Okay. Well, do this then. Put it off. Don't buy anything. And if you're happy with what you got, don't do anything. But if you're, I think you'd be shocked to hear the difference between like an X300 and that X510. It's amazing the difference with a bigger antenna. You know, it's in that case, the 510 is about 17 feet tall.
Paul,
Yo,
where is he located in Smyrna?
John, where are you located in Smyrna? Yo, John.
Yeah, sorry. Located just off of Sam Ridley, kind of behind the Home Depot.
Gotcha. You're blowing my doors off here.
Yeah, Ken's in Smyrna. What's the name of that development you're in? I forget.
Okay, I'm in the. We need to get together and chat.
All right. Oh, you and John? Sure. He's not too far away.
No, I'm in Seven Oaks Boulevard.
I'm trying to think where that is. I'm not great with road names.
It's on the east side of 65, right, Ken?
Yes, sir. If you turn off I-24, the first left is Seven Oaks Boulevard, and I'm in that subdivision.
Okay. Yeah. I think I know where that is.
Anyway, didn't mean to interrupt. You guys go ahead.
Very good. Thanks, Ken. That was so. What's anything else, John? Yeah, just like I said, if you're happy with what you got, I wouldn't worry about it. But the next step up is a really big antenna for that $200, you know.
Oh yeah. I just got my general ticket and playing around with HF a lot now. So I think that'll keep my attention for a while. But I'm sure I'll circle back to bigger commuter antenna.
Oh yeah, like I said, you're doing fine at the elevation you're at, and you're doing a good job. So I wouldn't worry about it. I'm not trying. I don't want. I often sound, I think, like I'm pressuring people to get bigger and better, but it's all the more fun when you can. Like when I first moved up to a bigger antenna, I said, "Holy crap! Why did I put it off so long?"
Yeah, definitely. I had a little bit of that because I started out with the DIY copper J pole, and then going from that to the diamond was a huge difference.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I did. I had a super J pole, 96 inches tall, copper in the attic. It was so big, I had to put it at an angle in the attic. There wasn't enough room.
I guess that makes it a little bit directional, huh?
I guess it wasn't. It didn't do very well. I mean, J poles are nice, but they essentially have no gain. I mean, in the attic, they even have less gain than no gain. So yeah, it's fun. It's all good though. You learn. I don't use a J pole anymore, but again, a J pole is good for what it's good for. If you just want to work repeaters in your general vicinity, they're fine.
Yeah. I've got a little portable one that kind of folds up and you throw it on a tripod, but I don't really use it outside of like hooking up to an HD.
No, absolutely. Like I said, every antenna is good for some purpose. And like for instance, you've got a J pole and you got a 200-foot tower. You're going to do pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's quite some elevation there.
Anyway, anything else for the net zone? All righty, that was John. He's in Smyrna. He hasn't been around for a while, but I'm glad he's back. And his call is Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Foxtrot Oscar. And now we're back to Carlin. How you doing? Were you able to copy Smyrna tonight there, John, Carlin?
Yeah, I had an average of an S1 on him. He was varying from half a dB up to an S3, kind of drifting around there. And The other check-in was somewhere around about what is that? I guess an S5 that was in there with him for a minute too. Hey, you're up tonight to 20 over. You've been being just above an S9, but you're 20 over. I think the weather's doing a little magic tonight, or the atmosphere is. But yeah, well, I'm doing okay, I guess. I've been inside all day, except for when I went out and fed the cat and kind of played around with the little kittens a little bit, and then I come on back in.
Oh yeah, it was a hot one out there today. It sure was. But summer hasn't even begun yet, has it?
No, don't guess so. It will on the 21st.
Yeah, no big deal. You know, and I hate to sound, I'm not even being critical. It's just amazing how people, me included, will complain about the heat. Yet, and it's kind of just a normal complaint, you know. It's kind of like complaining about the rain. I can't do anything about the rain. I can't do anything about the heat. I still got to get work done. When I used to work for a living outside, I used to go out in the sun, and that's what I got to do. You still complain about it though, and you know, it's just one of those extremes that you love to complain about.
Yeah, well, some people they complain about everything. I don't know. If the weather ain't exactly what they perceive it should be, then there's global warming or something like that. We need to. Everybody needs to be thrown out of their houses and their cars given up, and you need to live like they do in Africa. And I'm going like, they got cities in Africa too. So, well, why are you saying stupid stuff like that? So I don't know. It's just the way some people are. They get this ideal what they think it should be, and we've got hot days, we've got cool days, and weather is fluid. It's always been that way. And, quit complaining and quit worrying and just enjoy life and go on and live. But I've lived in some hot summer days that I tried my best to stay inside, 'cause I'd go outside and go, whoo, and then turn around and go right back in. So, uh, I don't know. It's just the way people are. Everybody's different. Everybody's got their own perception of what the ideal weather is. So I don't know. Anyhow, I hope everybody's enjoying this weather out there for what it is. So, with that said, I guess I'll check out of here and turn it back over to you so you can get some more check-ins. I kind of missed it. I think you started at the north, and I had to go see a man about a dog, and when that happened, so I finally got back in here when you was in the west. So anyway, with that said, I'll turn it back over to you, and I'll hook you up. Maybe you'll get some more check-ins here. K4VW, Angeltown, Tennessee. Turning it back over to Net Control.
Yeah, very good. There was Carlin. He's in Angeltown, Bethpage area, Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. Yeah, I would get a kick out of it. Having been in the air conditioning industry and commercial, 100% was commercial and industrial. Particularly the commercial was funny because you'd go into a place and we would be servicing their equipment and say, "Oh, it's really cold in here today," and because the temperature was set kind of low for them, it would be 73 degrees or something, and they didn't set the temperature, and somebody else did. And I'd look at the girl, and she'd be 110 pounds soaking wet, and she'd be wearing what looks like a cocktail dress. I'm thinking, I wanted to say, you really need to wear something more appropriate for inside a commercial building, or just the opposite. It would be in regular commercial, in the cooling in the summer. And the woman would say, it's really hot in here. And she's wearing a full length outfit from her neck down to her ankles and long sleeves on. And you go, you really, it's just funny how people want to complain. Anyway, like Carlin said, everybody's going to complain about something. Anybody else out there, please come down. Okay, Danny, what's your complaint?
I don't have one. I thought it was warm, but it wasn't too bad. We had a cookout.
No, it's all of those things in a way. They're a state of mind because, like I said, I'm sure you've worked out in outdoor climates and you just get used to it.
Yeah, I'm outside every day anyway. I got the air conditioner of the bus going, but I'm outside.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's you get used to whatever you're doing. You don't even think about it. I mean, the only thing I didn't like was roofing work or working on big commercial flat roofs, black roof. Man, it could get blistering up there.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not a roofer. No, no, never could do that. All right.
Yeah, I've told this story before, but we had a job. We were replacing some units on this flat roof adjacent on a hotel property, and it was a good hot summer day in August in Florida. And I went up there to see how it was going, and one of our guys on the crew came up and he says, it was really hot. I mean, the deck temperature was around 140 degrees. So, and it was probably only 90 something degrees temperature, but because of the sun bearing down on that black deck, it was 140. And he came over to me and he goes, we were dogs, you'd be arrested.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Anyway, I always thought it was funny because in that industry, we worked under the conditions that we had. What are you going to do? Not work? It'd be crazy. Everybody showed up for work every day. Nobody ever, they all came.
Yeah, you gotta work.
Well, you sign up for it. If you sign up for that kind of work, that's what well, the ones who can't hack it, I'll use that term. They get weeded out real quick, but it's hard work and you're out in the elements all the time. Anyway, anything else for that, Danny?
No, that's it. I'll keep on the next one.
Very good. That was Danny, Kilo Delta 4 Golf Oscar November. Big signal out of, I'll call it Cottontown. Who else is any place anywhere? We're going for lollygaggers, lurkers, and sandbaggers now.
Yeah, could I ask you a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Earlier you said something about air conditioning unit, somebody putting in a 3 or putting in a 5 or something like that. You said they'd end up in a jungle. What did you mean by that?
Well, what happens if you put in a unit that's oversized for a building? In other words, if most engineered projects, and almost all new home builders you'd call them engineered. Somebody just doesn't slap in a unit. And if you have a home that's suitable for 1,800 for 3 tons, let's say 3 tons, which is approximately 1,500 square feet or so, depends upon where you live in the South or so. But you don't say I'm going to put in a 4-ton unit, or you don't say I'm going to put in a 5-ton unit when I replace it, because what will happen is, particularly now, if you have extreme heat conditions, above design, in other words, in the 90s for a week, which can happen, that unit will operate great. But when you get in these other parts of the year when the temperature is not high, it will loaf. It will run for like 30 to 45 seconds, and the temperature will come down too quickly, and then it'll shut off, and it won't extract enough moisture. And you'll end up have mold problems. You'll be uncomfortable. It'll feel like you're in a sauna, like it'll be cool but clammy in your house, and that's not a good feeling.
Okay. All right. We'll get the humidity moved out, transferred out. Okay. I've always been like, if somebody recommended like a 3-ton, I'd tell them to add a 0.5 ton to it. That'd be it.
No, that wouldn't necessarily be a bad policy. It really wouldn't. It's just that some people do that. Well, we're at a ton or add 2 tons because I want to be sure I got the cooling. And yeah, you'll have plenty of cooling, but then you can't control it well. You can't. In other words, just to put it in a really odd way so you'll understand, or anybody listening. Let's say you had a 5-ton unit, you only needed a 3. But in order to properly dehumidify the house, you're going to have to add heat inside the house. In other words, you'd have to open up your oven, turn it on, and run the heat on, so you add additional load that doesn't have humidity in it, in order so that the unit will run, it will sense the heat, and it will run longer in order to extract more moisture.
You're ready there. All right. Well, I was just curious about that. There you go. I was wondering, I was thinking from 3 to 5, that would be a big jump. I was thinking, good job. What are you trying to do? Make an ice box or something?
Yeah, that's right. You're expecting to have a whole bunch of immigrants come in and live with you, like 3 families.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Well, I get this in size about right here. That's what I told them when they put this one in, to go a 0.5 ton taller than what they thought. So it'll run for a while and then it'll cut off. And then it's pretty much off for a long time. It don't cycle very much. And it set at 75, so it's comfortable to me. I mean, you can go outside and tell the difference and go back in, and it's at 75 degrees.
Yeah, normally in a day like, let's say a normal summer day where it's in the high 80s, it will get about a 50% runtime. You know, it'd be about off as often as it's on, except in the evening, then it'll run a lot less, as you know.
Oh yeah. You know, after it gets down around about probably 9 or 10 o'clock, this thing probably don't kick on, but maybe one or two more times during the night. That depends on how hot it is outside, you know. If it's like in the 80s or something like that, it might kick on one or two more times till the next morning.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, anyway, that was good. Carlin, thanks for the question. Maybe it cleared up for some other people. That's KD4VUW. Anybody else out there, please come now. Lollygaggers, lurkers, and sandbaggers. So that usually brings out Scott and Laverne, but it didn't tonight. I haven't heard from Kevin or in Lebanon, Stan in Lebanon. Where is everybody? I only heard part of that. There was Kilo November 4, Foxtrot something.
Kilo November 4, Foxtrot
Oh, what was the last part of that call? It was Foxtrot something Lima? Is that what you said? I don't know why. Every time you use that middle letter, it's Foxtrot something. Could you repeat that middle letter a few times?
Foxtrot Yankee Lima. He's about 10 over here. Where'd you say you was at up there in Kentucky? Did you hear that, Paul?
No, all of that was broken up to him. He's up and down on me. I can hear him a couple of times, but that was all broken up.
He's around Louisburg, Kentucky.
Well, very good. Glad to have you in there. If you're still copying me, I'm glad to have you in there. I'm glad you found us. We're here every Wednesday and Saturday night. Your signal's a little bit up and down to me tonight, but conditions must be just right. Because let's see, I'm gonna look it up here. You are approximately where is that? 60 miles from me. So you're doing a great job at 60 miles.
Okay, my call is Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. And I'm in a little spot called Angel Town. It's a little spot inside Sumner County in the Bethpage community. I'm about 3 to 5 miles east of Oak Grove, Tennessee, and probably about 6 or 7 miles west of Westmoreland, Tennessee. Kind of narrow it down for you. And by the way, Paul, his name is Tony. Pass that along to you on that. And let me unkey and see what else is going to happen. Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. KD4 BUW. Okay, right. Okay. I don't want to hold up the handy.
Very good, Tony. It's good to have you in there. It was Kilo November 4, Foxtrot Yankee Lima, and he is He said Lewisburg. Well, he must. Well, it was Lewisburg, Kentucky. We'll just leave it at that. It says something different on his. I think it's something different on his QRZ page. But Lewisburg's at 60 miles or so, I think. Anyway, it was good to have you in there. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere? And now we're into the category of moon landing deniers, flat earthers, and what else? Scanner listeners got to email me. All right, we're all finished. That was 19 we had in tonight. It's 9:06 p.m. We're going to move right over to 2 meters upper sideband on 144.240. 144.240. We'll see you there, K4PW. This is K4PW net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net, looking for check-ins from the north on 144.240. Please come now. All righty. First, we got Carlin in there. Kilo Delta 4 Victor Uniform Whiskey. Who else is north?
WB0LO, Northwest Wilson.
Hey, Mark, were you hearing that fellow up there in Kentucky?
Oh, I was not. He was popping the squelch occasionally, but I couldn't understand it.
Oh, you should have put him on your what do you call it? Your what do you call it with the I can't think of the right term for that. The discone.
Well, that wouldn't help.
No, I wouldn't. I'm just joking. That was Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar, Northwest Wilson. Mark with a big audio too, a really nice audio. Who else is north? All right, we got Kilo Delta 4, Golf, Oscar, November, and that's Danny up in Cottontown. Who else is? It's also a good signal. Who else is north? North or west? Very good, Jack. You sound good. That's Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor in Donaldson. Who else is west?
Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor.
Very good. That's Greg in Antioch. Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. Who else is west?
KC4, TNQ.
Yeah, very good. Man, you got a nice solid signal in here tonight there, Charlie. It really sounds good.
Yeah, I got that mic gain turned up.
No, it's not distorted at all. It's actually whatever gain you have setting on. It's a good one. That's Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. He is in West Nashville. Who else is west? West or south? Anybody south? Please come now. Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana. Nothing. Okay, we're going over the east.
KM4, YRF.
Very good. That's Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. He's here in Mount Juliet. Big signal, of course, being 2 miles from me. Who else is east? Very good. One of us is a tiny bit off frequency, but you sound good there, Earl. Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. Who else is east? Nobody else east or north or anywhere? Then we will settle for 9, and we're going to move right over to 50.135. That's upper sideband 50.135. We'll see you there. You can make that announcement over on 2 meters if you don't mind, Mike.
Sure enough.
All righty, this is K4PW. I'm on 6 meters now. It's 50.135 in case you were off frequency at all. And this is looking for check-ins from the north. Very good. We got Kilo Delta 4 Golf, Oscar November. Good signal. Who else is north? Anybody else north? Don't make me beg. All right, west. Yeah, big signal there, Greg, out of Smyrna. I mean, out of I keep saying that. Antioch, man. Kilo Delta. I'm making you look better than you are, man. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Even wrote that down wrong. Who else is west? Yeah, very good. Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor, Jack, and Donaldson. Who else is west? Oh, you sound good, Joel. That's Kilo Oscar 4, Oscar Tango Victor, west of Ashland City. Who else is west? Very good. You sound good too. Not real loud, but a good solid signal. Very readable. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. Who else is west? Anybody else west or south? Anybody, any place, anywhere, please come down.
You forgot east.
Oh yeah, where's east?
KM4 YRF Mike and Mount Juliet.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to exclude you. That's Mike and Mount Juliet. Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. Anybody else east? All right, we added one. Big deal. Anybody, any place, anywhere, please come down. Where's that guy in Louisville, Lewisburg, Kentucky, man? Okay, we had a grand total of 7 on 6 meters, and I'm going to close out this portion of the net, and we're going to run over to 223.415. You know what, the dogs are looking at me right now. They know that that's over. It's unbelievable. All right, we're finished for that, and we'll see everybody closing down the Facebook, which is going down right now. It's bye-bye, and it's shutting down the YouTube thingy, which is going off right now. So anyway, have a good night. K4PWC on 223.415.